Oh, that's amazing. This is an absolutely amazing shirt. And there's some festive cheer in there. Right, good afternoon folks and welcome back to the channel. And today we are talking everything about Mrs. Crumbs. Hi David, good afternoon.
Hi everyone, haven't seen you for a long while and you haven't seen me for a long while. Some say thank goodness, others say welcome back.
Welcome back. And we've got a lovely little Christmas scene here, but this is not just a Christmas scene. These characters are, introduce the characters.
There's Mr. Crumbs and of course Mrs. Crumbs.
So, and also we've got the little house.
The gingerbread house, a little Santa tree. But these have got nothing to do with the stories.
Right. And tell us about Mr. and Mrs. Crumbs.
Well, some time ago, my wife Madeline went out collecting teapots and she got to over 100, and amongst them were these two. And of course, looking at them, I thought they're not just teapots, they're people in themselves.
Oh.
There's Mr. Crumbs looking for something to drink, and Mrs. Crumbs ready to do cooking, or maybe it's a loaf of bread.
And there's a little cat. There we go.
Where the cat doesn't come into the shop because
mustn't have animals.
Mrs. Crumbs has a bakery. If you've heard any of the stories, you know all about it. And I've written over 10 little stories about Mrs. Crumbs and what goes on. And there's a special one coming out soon, Mrs. Crumbs and Christmas Magic. And if we're lucky, I might even be able to read a little bit to you later on to set the scene.
Oh, and that's a beautiful. And looking at Mr. and Mrs. Crumbs, they're very happy, aren't they?
Very contented is the word. I won't pat her because it's rude for a man to pat a lady in the tummy, but Mr. Crumbs likes his cakes.
They do actually look like little people, don't they?
They look real.
They look real. And it's lovely, isn't it, boys and girls? You can see that, and you can make a story, a lovely story, out of Mr. and Mrs. Crumbs and the bakery. And we're going to hear some more adventures in a little while about Mr. and Mrs. Crumbs.
And little boys and girls who are young enough to realise that comes midnight, they come to life, and Mrs. Crumbs and Mr. Crumbs bake lots of little tiny cakes for the fairies and the elves, and everyone is happy.
Ah, that's nice. So, David, we are going to talk about your books in a few minutes, and also we are going to. I must hang in on this shirt again. Look at that.
Would you like to tell people what you see?
You can actually see little pussycats on there.
I love these coloured shirts. They bring happiness and lightness to people's lives.
They do, and it's lovely. And of course these stories, in which we're going to read, you're going to read a little bit later, like a little bit, and we get the feel for the story, and the feel, of course it's nearly Christmas in about 8-9 weeks time, so this is quite
this is a special
story, a very special story, but all the stories are special, and all the boys and girls that are going to listen to the stories are very special boys and girls, aren't they too?
And the mummies and daddies.
And the mummies and daddies. Right, so we're going to say goodbye for now, and then in a few minutes we're going to be reading the story.
And I won't get my hair cut in the meantime, so you'll recognise me again.
All right then, bye for now.
Bye.